A very warm welcome to all of you, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee of Dr. MGR University for giving me this chance to share my thoughts with you about sleep. It is a very vast subject, and what I will be discussing with you today would probably be a drop in the ocean because sleep is a very vast subject, so much so that even Google doesn't have all the information yet because the research on this subject is still going on. As you know, sleep is a very heavy subject. I'm sure all of us would have experienced at some point in our lives when there is a meeting going on, or when there is a in your classroom itself, when your lecturer or professor or teacher is sharing a very heavy subject, your eyelids will get heavy and you would go to sleep. So I'm trying my best to ensure that I keep this speech very light, and I'm again thankful to the organizers for having this webinar in the morning session, because had this happened in the afternoon beyond lunch, I think all of us would have felt a little difficult to keep our eyes open. So let me move further. I think all of us generally know about the benefits of sleep. In a very generic way, we talk about the sleep's benefits like being energetic, active, alert, and doing a lot of things in a very productive way because of great sleep. But frankly, I must tell you that we just do lip service. We don't practice it. We just say it. So knowledge alone is not going to help. There is a lot of action that is required. So if you look at sleep itself, it is something that is taken for granted. I would think that most of us in various professions, let us take an example of a corporate executive. He or she will work through the night or maybe late in the night when there is an important event the next day. Let's take the example of students. Through the year, they will be whiling away the time, but just before the exam, they would do a lot of hard work through the night. Now, the point I want to make over here is how sleep is taken for granted, and all of these activities are done at the cost of sleep. Why should it be this way? It's because culturally itself, we tend to take sleep very lightly. We think it's okay. We think just 3, 4 hours or 5 hours of sleep is enough. But that is what you think. But unfortunately, your body requires almost 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, because there's a lot of work happening inside your body. Like how we do welding, tinkering, painting for cars. While you sleep, there is a lot of repair work going on in your body. God or nature have given two beautiful things to us. One is the food we eat. If we eat the right kind of food, the right quantities, at the right time, I think most of the diseases will not even look at you. Similarly, sleep is another important thing like food. Like they say, food is medicine. I would say sleep is also medicine. Because if you really sleep well, most of the ailments will not come anywhere close to you. Of course, apart from good sleep and having the right kind of food, you need to back it up with having plenty of water and also doing some form of physical activity just to ensure that your body is taken care of. We all know that in a day, there are about 8 hours devoted to sleep. So, in other words, almost one third of your life, you're going to be sleeping. Now, let us imagine you're going to be living for 90 years. That means 30 years you're going to be sleeping. Now, there are many people, because again of the cultural issues, we think sleep is bad. They'll say you are a lazy guy, you're sleeping for too long, you should wake up really early, and lots of other things that we have heard as we have grown up. Now, the point I want to make here is sleep is extremely important. If you must sleep for 7 to 9 hours every night, there are several benefits of sleep. It will take ages for us to discuss and understand. And I'm sure all of you have access to Google. You can check for yourselves because the subject itself would be interesting once you know a little bit more about it. So, in this particular speech, I will just touch upon a few important points which I think would be relevant given the time we have during the speech. If you look at the health benefits of sleep, one of the important benefits of sleep is that it enhances your memory. Lack of sleep, unfortunately, doesn't allow you to include new memories and experiences. Now, if I were to explain this with an analogy, let us take the case of a computer. You have a hard disk. Now, as and when you keep working, you keep storing those files in that particular folder inside that hard disk. Now, if there is a situation where your hard disk refuses to accept the newer files that you're sending, what do? You're not able to keep all the newer, fresher memories. The other example is, let's imagine there is a file rack in your office or home where you keep the files as and when you keep working on the newer jobs. If there is a situation where the file rack is telling you, boss, enough, I cannot hold more than this, what do? Similarly, your brain is like a file rack. There are lots of newer memories, newer experiences that goes into it. Let us imagine you recently went for a very nice trip abroad or inside India. I mean, before the Corona days. If you are not able to keep all those memories in your system, what is the point? Because, as the great saying goes, at the end, memories is all we really own more than the materialistic things. So, memories are so crucial. Unfortunately, if you don't do this, it will slowly lead to loss of memory. And at the end of this particular journey, towards the end of it, you will suffer from Alzheimer's, which is not something that all of us want to live with. It's very unfortunate. So similarly, there are a few other health issues that comes up due to lack of sleep. The other thing is cancer. Now, cancer again happens due to various other factors, but one of the main reasons it happens is due to lack of sleep. If you really sleep well, you will be able to avoid most of the ailments, like I told you earlier. I'm sure there is somebody in our circle who we have lost to this dreaded disease. So, my humble opinion and request is, please, whoever you meet, do your little bit of your social responsibility by asking them to sleep really well. The other important ailment that happens is the respiratory disorders. Now, we have noticed in the recent attack of this corona, the whole world came to a grinding halt. But the main issue that affected all of us, I mean, all the people who were affected with COVID, is the respiratory disorder. There was shortness of breath. If you're able to sleep really well, it will take care of it because your immunity develops and you have a stronger thing to counter such foreigners. It also impacts your cardiovascular system. The other very popular subject is that of looking very fit, being very fit, looking very slim. Those are the things that we aspire to. But unfortunately, I think most of us are slightly on the plumpier side. One of the key reasons for this, or the root cause, is lack of sleep. So when you don't sleep properly for 7 to 9 hours, what happens is there is a craving for these foods that are loaded and laced with sugar and salt, which is not good for your body, which is not good for your system. And most of these are processed food, which is extremely dangerous for your system. You should be having more healthy, freshly prepared food. But unfortunately, because of convenience of these days, we tend to buy packed food, which has got a lot of the sugar and salt. The other thing about this is you become a slave of your tongue. More than more than what your body wants, you obey your tongue. So you tend to have more food, whatever your tongue orders. It is not just with adults that I'm talking about. Even kids, unfortunately, suffer from obesity. That is because they don't have proper control over what they eat. But I would say it is more the parents who are responsible for feeding them with this. It is probably coming from the guilt that they're not able to spend enough time with their children. So, to make up for that, they pamper them with these kinds of food, which is very good for the tongue and tasty for the tongue, but very bad for the body. Actually, if you sleep really well, you will tend to eat lesser. When I say tend to eat lesser, it doesn't mean you're going to be starving. It is just that that is what is required for your body, supplemented with enough water and exercise is all you need. But unfortunately, that's not what happens. And there are a few other accompaniments that have come into our lives which makes this issue a more deadlier one. For example, if you look at television, television is something that we watch most of the time. And I think a television in a particular home is switched on and switched off at night because through the day there is some member of the family who's watching the program. And now, if you take the recent lockdown period, I'm sure most of us were glued onto our television sets. That's all the more reason because of the recent OTT invasion, where there are so many movies and cinemas to catch up with. You were always in front of the TV. Now, along with the remote, there is also some food that you have along while watching the TV. So, depending on the content or how entertaining the program is, you are watching and not even aware of what is going into your system. Not just that, I think now there is a certain practice or a habit where even small infants or children are fed in front of TV. That's a very wrong thing to do because they are watching the television and they are eating whatever. Of course, you're giving them the right kind of food. But I'm just saying this whole approach is wrong. The other thing that is very important is the mobile phones. Mobile phone is one of the greatest inventions that has happened to humankind. I think there are plenty of things that we do with our mobile phones these days. But unfortunately, well, there are good things that come with this mobile phone. There are a few bad things also. I wouldn't say they're actually bad things, but it is more to do with our wrongdoings. It is our responsibility to ensure that we use mobile phones very responsibly. What happens is you take the mobile phone with you and keep it with you in the night, and you're viewing whatever. It could be a movie or a serial or whatever, or even mails for that matter. But what is happening is there is this blue light that is emitting from this mobile screen, which is harmful for your eyes and also very harmful for your brain. Actually, your brain is very, very innocent. You are confusing your brain. There is a particular hormone called melatonin, which is responsible for the sleep wake cycle. What is happening is because of this light that is throwing up on your face, that particular hormone doesn't wake up because the brain thinks that it is still daytime. So you have made the day longer according to your brain. Now, since you are awake and you got this light on your face, the hormone doesn't wake up. It is gone to sleep. So this is a big issue with the usage of mobile phones. Now I am talking to the students and faculty of Department of Physical Education of various institutes and universities. Now here is something that you need to pay a little more attention to. Lot of these sporting activities or athletics, the performance gets enhanced if you have really good sleep or deep sleep. You and I are aware that lots of people have lost a gold medal because of coming behind by a few nanoseconds. This is so critical. When you sleep really well, you become that much more alert and attentive. Now, if you take the example of cricket, suppose you're fielding somewhere closer to the batsman, say wicketkeeper or slips, the ball comes really fast to you, and you have just a few seconds to respond. So your reflex action has to be that much more better. So all I'm saying is sleep impacts even your athletic performance. The other important subject that I would like to touch upon over here is driving. We have seen a lot of car accidents happening on the roads. Now, we are also exposed to this don't drink and drive campaign. Yes, drinking and driving is very bad, and there have been a lot of accidents that have happened. And I am sure there is a certain level of awareness about this. But let me tell you one other interesting fact. 1 out of 8 car accidents that happen is because of drowsy driving. You don't sleep enough before you hit the road. So what happens is you tend to sleep on the steering wheel and then accidents happen. Unfortunately, there is someone else with you who also pays for this problem. So you need to be extremely careful and advise people, whoever is driving, to sleep enough before they drive the car. Now, there have been situations, especially with these highways, where the road is really long and straight. And because of boredom, you tend to, go to sleep. Now, here is where I would like to highlight that point that I made earlier, that you become that much more alert and attentive. Suppose there is a situation where an accident is about to happen, not because of your problem, because of somebody else's problem. If you sleep really well, your reflexes will work that much better to avoid that accident. So you're able to quickly move aside or do something else to avoid the accident. Unfortunately, we don't do that. And there are even situations that I have seen in my experience where people say, let us leave at say 3 or 4 in the morning. And why should we sleep? Actually, we'll watch some movie or while away the time and then proceed on this journey. That is like suicidal. You're inviting trouble. So please, I would request each one of you to take care of this, because it's a very silly mistake that's costing such a valuable life. So please take care. The other important thing that I would like to highlight here is the listening skills improve to a great extent if you sleep really well. During these days, I have experienced, and I'm sure you also experienced, where if there is a dialogue happening or a conversation happening between two people, as you're listening to the other person, you are already thinking about what should be the reply to that other person instead of listening to that person and arriving at a solution. So, as a result of which, this causes a lot of arguments and debates and unhealthy kind of relationship problems. So, you must pay a lot of attention to these kind of issues. Please sleep well to take care of all these issues. Now, we've recently had this pandemic where this invisible foreigner came and attacked almost the whole world, and the whole world came to a grinding halt. There was a lockdown across the world, across India. Now, uh, in various stages, there have been relaxations, and lockdown has been sort of lifted slowly. But I would like to tell you the impact of this is going to last for a far longer period. You might think that things have returned back to normalcy, but the damage has been done and it will take a long time for it to be coming back to normalcy. Now, during this problem, I'm sure there has been enough news about, for example, the migrant workers who have been stranded because of lack of transportation. They didn't have a chance to go back to their native, and a lot of good hearts also did some help in trying to reach them. So basically, there was a lot of struggle. Now, if you look at the corporate world also, many people have been fired, they've been asked to leave, and lots of people, lots of organizations have done pay cuts. So you are taking much lesser salary than what you were taking earlier. But one of the main problems of this whole pandemic was depression, anxiety, stress. What will I do now? How do I take care of my family? Oh my God, I think my company will fire me. Oh, they've reduced the salary to this much. Will I be able to take care of my family? I have EMIs to pay. I have rent to pay. What will I tell the landlord? There are lots of things that are being, floating in your head, which have been causing these anxieties and stress. Again, there is only one thing that can possibly be taken care of, which is in your control. Because most of these problems are caused by external factors. But there is one thing that you have in your hand, which is great sleep. If you sleep really well, you will be taken care of by most of these issues. Like Dalai Lama said, sleeping is like meditation. If you really sleep well, you'll be able to take care of most of the problems. I guess that is the reason why you have this usage of let me sleep over it. So it's like something that you can think about and arrive at a good solution. Now, you should also remember that if you sleep really well, there is a lot of immunity that builds in your system. We have heard recently in this pandemic days, there is something called herd immunity. Herd immunity is nothing but people with better immunity who will come and break the chain and ensure that the virus doesn't spread as much as it could have. Now, what happens in this case is that there is something called cytokine, which is a hormone that is responsible for producing and releasing these hormones. So you need to ensure that you give enough time for these hormones to do their job. Otherwise, you are yourself coming in your way by not letting these hormones do their work. So while you sleep, actually, there is a lot of repair work that is happening. You are sleeping, But let's imagine there is a factory inside you which is working 24 hours, and they become more active when you're sleeping actually. You're letting each of them do their job. For example, it could be as simple as repairing your tissues. Repairing your tissues is a healing process that happens during sleep. Now, even if you're a sportsman and you get injured, what is the thing that doctor tells you? Take rest, give it some rest. So when you sleep and give it rest, automatically there is a lot of healing that happens. In fact, in other words, if I have to tell you, there are a lot of doctors inside your body, natural doctors, who will take care of most of the issues without you having to go to a hospital and taking prescribed prescription of medicines and all that. That's not required. So the other important point that I would like to highlight over here is that during your sleep, there is a lot of housekeeping that happens. Your brain is getting cleaned and all the toxins are being removed out of the body only when you sleep. Again, if you don't sleep enough, you're going to let all these proteins, unwanted proteins, come in the way of your whole efficiency. It is like, let's imagine there is a drainage pipe and a lot of dust is getting accumulated over a period of time. Then what happens? The flow gets affected. So as a result of which, the water doesn't flow onto the other side. Same thing happens over here. And this is again the same point which I had earlier mentioned about Alzheimer's. So please take care. Uh, you're all students. So there is another great benefit of sleep, which is it improves your learning. Like I said, you will be all the more alert, attentive, your listening skills will improve. So, what happens is you will probably learn most of the things in the classroom itself, and you will probably be revising it in your room or at home. But unfortunately, what we do is there are a lot of distractions that happen in the class, and you end up spending more time learning something that you could have very naturally, learned if you had slept well. But where we tend to, in the night watch some mindless entertainment or while away a lot of time, and then we notice it's like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, and then we go to bed, and then we have to wake up really early. So you are actually doing a lot of harm to yourself. The duration of sleep is again important. There are three things I'd like to tell you here. The duration of sleep. You should not sleep for less than 7 hours and not more than 9 hours. That's the first point. Second point is the timing. You should always almost go at the same time to bed and wake up at the same time from bed. So that consistency is very critical. And the third thing is the quality of sleep. The quality of sleep is got to do a lot with how you take life, how you're able to handle stress, how you're able to handle anxiety. I mean, there are a lot of other things that you could do to enhance this by doing yoga, meditation, exercise, drinking water, eating the right kind of food. All these are very simple things that we know about, but we don't do. So use this as an opportunity to do it because we still have a long way to go during this journey of life. Now, I would like to talk a little bit about the business that I'm associated with, which is Mattress. Now, Mattress is a very important product in the context of today's subject, which is sleep. If you don't really sleep well, I've already told you the issues associated with it. One of the key problems that happens is people don't give enough importance to a mattress. Like I mentioned, you spend one third of your life on it, but you don't give it the importance it deserves. We tend to give a lot more importance to other products in our lives. Like, let's take an example of mobile phone or a TV or a laptop or apparels, fashion accessories, lifestyle products, you name it, cars, whatever. We have so much involvement that before we go to buy these products, we do a lot of research and then go there. But let's imagine a situation where you're going to be buying a mattress. You have no idea. When do people think of a mattress? It's not an automatic thing now. How many of you who are listening over here know the brand name of your mattress you're sleeping on? Most of you might be sleeping on unbranded mattress, or you don't even know the color of your mattress. Now that is a sad state of affairs that we have in our country. People don't know what mattress they're sleeping on. They will give more importance to other things like even a toilet space where they would focus on fittings like Jaguar and lots of other branded things. But when it comes to sleeping, where you spend one third of your life on, you don't give it the importance. Now, let's imagine a situation where you're going to a shop to buy a mobile phone. You would have done enough research on which mobile to buy. You would have spoken to your friends. You would have done a lot of research on internet. You would have, you would have all the possible things in terms of feedback, this, that, everything before you buy it from an e-commerce site. You would have checked the reviews of the product. I'm saying the kind of involvement that goes into it is crazy. So much so that you would probably know more than the shopkeeper in terms of that product. You'll ask them how many megapixels camera, how much of storage it has, what is the memory, does it have this feature, that feature. I mean, there's a lot of involvement. But unfortunately, when it comes to a mattress, when do you think of a mattress? When there is a wedding in a family, or uh, when you're moving to a new home, or uh, when you got a bad back pain, you go to the doctor asks you which mattress you sleep on. That is when it occurs to you to check the condition of your mattress. You go and lift the bed sheet and check the condition of the mattress. Otherwise, it is also an invisible product because you only see the bed sheet every day. So please pay more attention to a mattress. Now, here again, I would like to highlight a few aspects about buying a mattress and how people are behaving these days. If you go to a showroom to say buy a cot and a mattress, you would pay more attention to the cot. Even if it is costing 40, 50,000 rupees, you're okay to pay for the cot. And then your whole attitude and behavior towards the mattress would be you would say that, boss, you do one combo offer, try and like give me both together. I'm okay to pay for the cot, but for the mattress, just 5 or 10,000, please, just somehow manage kind of thing. Now, the problem is, I am not undermining the importance of a cot. Cot is very important. Anything these days need to look good, and your bedroom also needs to look good. But my request is you give as much importance to a mattress, if not more, as you're giving to the cot. Otherwise, what is the point? On what are you sleeping on? Are you sleeping on the mat or a mattress or the cot? You're sleeping on the mattress, right? So then you need to give it that much more importance. The other important aspect that you should know is this mattress that you're sleeping on is very, very important. But considering these days, you know how much importance health as a subject is playing in our lives. We drink juice instead of colas. We do exercise, yoga. My God, this WhatsApp is now overloaded with information on health and telling you lots of things that you need not know about, but still, every morning to afternoon to evening to night, there are tons of people giving you advices on what to do and what not to do as far as health is concerned. This being the case, you are actually going and sleeping on a pile of garbage. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm just dramatizing so you understand. Because the kind of dust mites, fungal spores, bacteria, allergens, viruses, and your own sweat every day and night you're sleeping on it, and imagine the kind of sweat that the mattress has been carrying, the dust. I mean, let's imagine you're in a room and your living room or bedroom or whatever. You look at the fan and leave it for a few days. You can see the dust it is collecting. Now, can you imagine a space which you're not even aware of? Let me tell you an interesting trivia. in 10 years' time, your mattress becomes double the weight. Now, where is this weight coming from? It's coming from these things only because you have no idea. And we are leading a very hectic lifestyle where we are busy doing too many things in the day and not focusing on fundamental things that we need to do. So please keep in mind the matters also ages like you do. The manufacturer will give you 10 years of warranty for a particular product, the mattress. But I would advise you to change the mattress every 5 to 6 years because of health and hygiene reasons. From a manufacturing perspective, nothing will happen to the mattress. But the manufacturer cannot guarantee you of taking care of these dust mites and fungus and lots of other issues. That is something that you need to take care of. Now, price is another important problem. Now, when we have a product where the involvement is so low, price becomes an issue. I'm okay to pay 50, 60, 70,000, all even a lakh for a mobile phone and change it every year. But mattress is something you'll have to change only once in 5, 6 years. But when the shopkeeper tells you this costs 50,000 rupees, oh my God, 50,000 rupees. I cannot spend so much on a mattress. Please show me some mattress for 5,000 or 10,000. Now, in a very contrived, convoluted way, if I were to arrive at the cost per mattress per night, I think it will come to less than 10 rupees per night for a good sleep for 8 hours. And you know the benefits of sleep, but you don't act on it. It is like telling the smoker the ill effects of smoking. The smoker is aware of it, but still he will light up one. The same thing is happening over here. We all have a lot of knowledge on various things, but we don't do it. So it is time for us to do it. Now, I would like to tell a few things about my company, which is Repose Matters Private Limited. We are a 7-year-old organization, very hungry, mean, and wanting to achieve a lot. In this short span of 7 years, we have covered the whole of South India and a brand to reckon with, a brand of repute. People are coming into the showrooms and asking for our brand. We are already now there in West also, West, Central, and East India. In West, we are there in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Goa, Chhattisgarh, and now we are moving into Lucknow also, I mean Uttar Pradesh. And on the other side, we are also present in Orissa. So, in a very short span of time, we have achieved so much of geography. And we have two factories. One is in Coimbatore, which is our main factory, where we have the state of the art technologies to make world class mattresses. The other factory is in Pune because serviceability is a huge factor. It becomes important for us to have factories in various locations. So, as we go along, we hope to have a factory in the north also, which you will get to know shortly. As a brand, we believe in wake up to fresh ideas. Why ideas? Because ideas is the new currency. It is what shapes this world. We didn't even imagine a few years ago that a mobile phone and a cab would come together. Did we? Now you can sit wherever you want and book a cab using your mobile phone. Now that's a power of an idea. Now, what we are here to do and how we play an important role in your life is we help you come up with ideas. Now, why ideas? Because there is a very intrinsic connection between sleep and brain. If you're able to sleep really well, your brain is active and fresh, and it is able to think of fresher ideas no matter what business you're in. So, if you have the differentiating factor in your business in relevance to a competition, you will do much better. So, keeping this wake up to fresh idea in mind, it is not just a slogan. Fashionably, it's called a tagline or a baseline. That's not why we are here for. We are actually here to demonstrate that particular thought. So as a result of that, we have come up with India's first locker mattress. Now, what happens inside this mattress is there is a safe locker. You can keep some important jewelry or cash in the box and it will be concealed. Nobody else would know about it. So this is a very innovative product that has really given us a lot of recognition in the market. The other important product that we have launched is memory foam music pillow. In this pillow, there are two tiny inbuilt speakers, and there is a wire coming out of that particular pillow. You can connect that wire to your smartphone and listen to whatever music you like. Now, this works across age groups. If you're a kid, you can listen to bedtime stories. If you're an adult, you can listen to whatever kind of music you like playing from your phone. If you're a slightly older person, a senior citizen, you can listen to some religious content or a bhajan or whatever. So, like that, this phone really, I mean, this pillow actually plays a very, very nice thing in your life because sometimes when you wear earphone and sleep, it tends to come off. Here, the other interesting thing we've done is by design, we have kept the volume really low so that the person sleeping beside you doesn't get disturbed. Another important aspect that we have managed to do is that we have been promoting this as a gift. Now, when we want to gift something to someone, these days especially, we don't know what to do. We really are confused as to what do we gift this person, whether he will like it or not. Now, here is where we have an interesting product which allows both the giver and the receiver to be happy. In fact, the receiver will probably be thanking you every night because of this great gift. In this short span of time, we have achieved some kind of recognition by winning two big awards. One is the Economic Times has given us the Best Brand Award in 2019-20, and we were one of the 67 brands in the country across product categories, right from insurance to bank to automobiles to anything you take. There were only 67 brands that were chosen, and we are one of them. The other interesting feather in our cap is that we were one of the top 100 SMEs in the country to be shortlisted by Government of India, and they have given us this award. We received it from Sri Nitin Gadkari, who's the Minister of MSME. Now, I would like to conclude this by saying that please give a lot of importance to sleep. Just remember this. Remember to sleep, sleep to remember. I again thank each one of you for having spared this time, and I hope this has been interesting and I have not put you to sleep. So, thank you again. With this, I conclude. Thank you.